So I woke up this morning wondering what I was going to do for YouTube today, and I forgot, I have an episode of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel to review. Give me strength, so much strength. This was episode 7 of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Need for Speed, because doesn't sound familiar at all, does it? Um, Aside from obviously being the same title as a series of video games, of racing video games, um, somebody was on speed when they made this episode. Let's just put it that way. Well, the episode opens with Sarah the Pink Ranger trying to beat the world hoverboard speed record. Well, since this isn't no longer 2015 when hoverboards were actually supposed to exist, why not? Um, Anyone knows what I'm talking about. 2015 was supposed to be the year that Back to the Future 2 took place with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, where he was in the distant future of 2015, and we had power lacing shoes and hoverboards and holographic shark movies. Anyway, Sarah, the Pink Ranger, attempting to beat the world speed record for hoverboards, and on an empty track, mind you, no one else is trying to go for the record, just her. She powers on her hoverboard, she hops on, she goes, and about halfway through, it appears that there's another competitor on the track. A competitor on a hoverboard who seems to speed right past her and actually gets the world speed record himself. Well, turns out that it was Victor Vincent, none other than the ass clown himself, because he just can't stand anyone else being better than him. So, supposedly having the world speed record in hoverboard gives him his very much sought after 50th trophy that he's been trying to get apparently throughout the entire series so far, which is, I think, just a ridiculous story arc. It's ridiculous. Pardon me if I sound a little coarse. I've got a cold, so I'm trying to fight that off and get other things done all at the same time. So it's not easy, but I'm doing it. Maybe I can rest later tonight, with any luck. Well, so it seems Victor Vincent has won his 50th trophy, upsetting Sarah because she worked really hard to try to get her technique down to go, basically be the world champion in hoverboard speed, time, record, whatever you want to call it. Later on, they cut to the school where Sarah is working on a new strategy or a new suit to wear to make her faster. Why doesn't she just morph? I know everyone's going to say, oh, well, that'll just bust her out on the fact that she's a Power Ranger. Well, oh well, being a Power Ranger gives you more power, speed, agility, that kind of thing. So, in essence, that would work. It'd be cheating, but she cheats anyway, so I'll get to that here in a minute. As Victor Vincent walks in, he doesn't walk in, he's carried in by his peers, by other students, congratulating his victory, holding the trophy, of course. And as he passes by Sarah, she angrily looks at him and breaks a pencil in half. That's kind of what I want to do to Victor Vincent, is break him in half like a pencil. Maybe she was just channeling all the fans' frustrations and the fact that we all want him to be broken as well. Anyway, it was a pretty funny scene. It's very rare to see a ranger get that upset to where they actually have to break something, but nevertheless, he taunts her, gloats about being the winner, and she says not for long. And she works, as I said before, she was working on a new suit to make herself go faster to beat Victor's new time. Cut to the Galaxy Warriors spaceship with Madame Odious and Cosmo introducing the next Galactic Ninja to face the Rangers. Now, here's where we have some inconsistency. Wolverine, the monster from last week's episode, who was defeated by the Rangers, destroyed, is still there. What? How is he still there? These monsters, they're seeking the power stars from the Rangers to gain some kind of ultimate power. what what other ultimate power is there than being able to revive those from the dead? To be able to bring people back from the dead, monsters back from the dead. What are they worried about? If they die, they can obviously just bring themselves back, so what more power do they need or want? It makes no damn sense. Because I'm fairly certain in Shuriken Sentai Ninja, when they defeated that monster, he was dead. He was gone. That's it. Completely gone. Never saw him again. But now, he's still there. Does he have dialogue? Yes, actually. Anyway, the new monster that's to face the Rangers is the Galactic Ninja Speedwing. Of course, because the episode's called Need for Speed, and it's got some kind of speed arc to it. It's all about speed. Of course, the monster has to have the word speed in his name as well. So, Speedwing, the Galactic Ninja with a eagle on his head, for whatever reason. It's an eagle. It's a bald eagle, you can tell. He makes his attempt at defeating the Rangers. First, by ambushing the Rangers as Sarah is testing her new flight suit, which looks ridiculous. She basically taped airplane parts to her bodysuit. Did it make her go faster? Yeah. Did she look ridiculous? Yeah. Did that scene use some of the worst CG in Power Rangers history? Yes. As she was speeding along with her arms straight out like an airplane, she claims, "I'm so light, I'm like a bird." And then all of a sudden, tragedy strikes. She takes off. Literally, she takes off into the air, flying uncontrollably, flailing her limbs. Again, some of the worst CG I've seen in Power Rangers episode. And while she's in midair, she collides with the monster, just flying along as if he wasn't paying attention to where he was going. He's a bird monster. He flies all the time. You figure he's looking where he's going. Anyway, he collides with the Pink Ranger. They both fall to the ground. Then he decides to start talking smack. after a midair collision with a seemingly threatening monster to a harmless girl, or seemingly harmless at the time, not knowing it was the Pink Ranger, but they both fall. He starts talking a bunch of shit, a bunch of jokes, some quick one-liners that you're slower than molasses, blah, 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 blah. Thankfully, the Red Ranger Brody shuts him up by saying, "We get the point." They morph, they have a fight. The monster Speedwing introduces his ninja star, which is a speed star. Again, gotta have speed and everything in this episode. And he attaches it to his blade, just like the Rangers attach their power stars to their swords. And it makes him super fast. So fast to where the Rangers can't stop his attacks. Well, they managed to thwart him temporarily by, get this, tripping him. Yeah, they tripped the monster. He falls, his speed star is knocked from his blade. It rolls down on the ground, and as the Rangers get ready to seemingly finish him, he teleports away. Well, as the Rangers, they unmorph and they move along their merry way, Sarah, before joining her friends, says, "Ooh, what's that?" She finds the monster's speed star. The monster's ninja star, his speed star, on the ground. She decides to not tell the other Rangers, instead take it. And this is where the cheating came in place from earlier I was mentioning. And she uses the speed star to power her hoverboard. Like I didn't see that coming. Of course, she's doing this in the middle of shop class, and Mick wants to know what she's working on. Well, of course, she does a crappy job hiding it. Instead of just putting the faceplate cover back on, so he couldn't see it. She just basically tries to casually cover it up with her arm and her hand and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm not working on anything. It's and she just says, she just busts herself out saying, oh, it's a new power source for my hoverboard. And Mick spins around and sees it, and then notices that it's monster technology and warns her against using it because it is dangerous and unpredictable. What does she do? She uses it anyway, of course, going against the, I guess what you could call, greater judgment of her mentor. Anyhow, you know Mick is going to bust out these Rangers on all their little inadequacies. Let's put it that way. He's supposed to be the voice of reason and to help teach the Rangers a lesson in every single episode. Well, she proceeds once again to challenge for the world speed record for hoverboarding. Well, Victor Vincent is there, gloating once again, and as usual, she turns on the hoverboard, hops on, and obviously because of the monster's speed star, gives her one hell of a boost of speed, and she obviously wins the world speed record. And Victor is upset, but she gets the trophy and blah, 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 blah. Well, the monster shows up again. Speedwing shows up again and busts Sarah. All the civilians run except for the Rangers, but then busts Sarah out saying, give me back my speed star. And just as the Rangers had asked her, how did you do it? Well, of course, the Rangers play on this whole thing that they're so honest and so innocent that, of course, she just tells them, I may have used his speed star to go faster. The Gold Ranger says, what? They leave it at that. They morph once again, fighting the monster. The monster seems to get the better of them for a few seconds, and he walks over to Sarah's hoverboard, rips his speed star back out of it, and says, you're all going down now. And Sarah, Pink Ranger, she blasts the star out of his hand. You figure, okay, she blasts it, it's going to be destroyed, and no one gets to use it. Well, that's not exactly the case. Apparently, she blasts it out of his hand, and it flies through the air, smacking right into Brody's helmet. Literally sticks right there in Brody, the Red Ranger's helmet, as it glows very maniacally. She asks, are you okay? He says, yeah, I think so. But then all of a sudden, his legs start moving a mile a minute. And this next scene is basically what I think is one of the funniest scenes from the Japanese series, Shuriken Sentai no Ninja. This actually does happen in the Japanese series. The helmet gets stuck in the star gets stuck in the Red Ranger's helmet, and it makes him basically just start running awkwardly in all directions. He can't stop himself. And in Shuriken Sentai no Ninja, it keeps going from frame to frame, scene to scene, with him running through various scenarios, cities, fields, all over water, literally running on water, running over mountains, jumping buildings. It's pretty damn funny. And this one was really no different. They showed several scenes from the Japanese series. They added a couple of new scenes though, which I thought was really strange. In the Japanese series, he's running uncontrollably. He runs across water, literally running on water. But in the American show, in this episode of Ninja Steel, the Blue Ranger Preston is following him on his Dragon Zord, his Dragozord, whatever you want to call it. It's a dragon. It's a Zord. It's Dragon Zord. Following him, and as he reaches the water, he uses his forest ninja power to create logs between Brody's feet and the water, so it looks like he's walking on logs instead. I don't know why they did that. It's fairly common when it comes to ninjas being in sources of media like TVs, movies, whatnot. We've depicted ninjas running across water lots of times. So I mean, What's so wrong with a ninja running on water? Did they think it was going to offend people with religious beliefs? I don't, here in America, I have no idea, but that's what they did. It was weird. I thought it was unnecessary for sure, but it was weird. Anyway, nevertheless, still entertaining. Um, they tell him, "Oh, go down an alleyway. Maybe the wall of the building will stop you." Okay. Apparently, he can control himself a little bit as he's running. He veers off, runs to the wall, and nope. Instead of smacking into the wall, apparently he just plows underneath the building and then comes up the other end like Bugs Bunny. Took a left turn at Albuquerque. Anyway, they devise a plan to where they turn him around to head back toward the Rangers. Well, they distract the monster, and as his back is turned, here comes Brody running full speed and headbutts the monster in the back, dislodging the star from his helmet. Now the star is stuck in the monster's back, and now the monster, Speedwing, is the one who runs uncontrollably. And this comes to mind the term running to your own demise or running to your own doom. This monster literally does that. As he's running, the Rangers get in front of him, wait for him to run to them as they're powering up all of their techniques, and one by one, as he runs by, they slash and hack and fire away as he's literally running to his own destruction. And he finally reaches Brody the Red Ranger, who powers up to Lion Fire Red mode, uses his blazing sword strike, cuts him in half, and he's seemingly done. But he's not, because Cosmo gigantifies him, as usual. Once again, getting back to the whole, we have the power of resurrection just by making somebody grow. He grows, they summon the Ninja Fusion Zord, the Megazord. They defeat him, as usual. It was pretty cool, though. We got to see Levi the Gold Ranger. For some reason, they let him defeat the monster. Levi the Gold Ranger is in Super Master mode, and he uses their new Super Ninja Steel Blaster, which, of course, like I stated before, it doesn't exist in Shuriken Sentai Ninja. It doesn't exist in the Japanese version of the show, but obviously they made it for this show because Saban wanted to sell an extra toy. But wait a second. Saban no longer makes the toys. Or Bandai no longer makes the toys. So therefore, I actually don't even know what I'm saying. Saban wanted to make more toys, so Bandai, I believe, made this toy. It's the last. I believe that was the last toy that Bandai is actually making here in America for Power Rangers. Is the Super Ninja Steel Blaster. Everything else is going to Hasbro, as everybody should know by now when it comes to the toys. But they defeat the monster, and at the very end of the episode, Sarah decides to not go after the record again, but instead she gives up her trophy, admitting to everybody that she cheated. And what do they do with the trophy? They try to give it back to Victor Vincent. Well, when they announce his name, he pops out of the bushes wearing a ghillie suit, a whole camouflage leaf suit, which was weird. Why was he wearing that? Tries to graciously accept the trophy when all of a sudden Monty comes out of the bushes with a mannequin on a hoverboard. There you go. That's how Victor Vincent apparently won the speed record to begin with. They put a mannequin on a hoverboard, making the hoverboard seemingly weightless. That's how he was able to go faster. So therefore, busting him out on the fact that he cheated as well. And when they take the trophy from Victor once again and ask Sarah if she wants to still go for the record now that she was so honest and they were both accused of cheating, why not let her have another shot? Well, she wants to, but she declines, saying, "I think I'd rather hang out with my friends." That's it. End of the episode. That's it. Well, end of the episode before they cut back to Madame Odious and her little pet. um, fawning over now the 2 galactic ninja stars that they have. Once again, though, apparently Madame Odious has got some kind of little scheme or plan with these galactic ninja power stars. If she gets all 4, it can unleash some kind of evil plan. They're not saying anything more than that. That's pretty much it. But just the fact, I still think it's strange. Just the fact that she's making these monsters, these ninjas, galactic ninjas, fight the Power Rangers, seemingly get destroyed. She's taking their galactic ninja stars for her own after they're defeated. But if the next episode has Speedwing in it, the monster from this episode, as well as Wolverine from the last episode, it's going to make no damn sense. As of right now, it still makes no damn sense. They're using these monsters, wanting them to be defeated so you can take their power stars for your own, but yet you're reviving them, keeping them around, gives them a perfect opportunity to find out your plan and try to get their power stars back. I don't get it. I'm not going to try to get it. I'm just going to wait for next week's episode and see what they do with that. So, should have a small teaser trailer of the next episode the next day or two, so I know what I'm getting myself into. But I hardly ever know what I'm getting myself into while watching these guys. But I don't want this to drag out. It's probably drug out a lot longer than it should. Like I said before, I'm sick. I'm going to get medicated and go back to bed. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. You guys all know the deal. Help me out.